just makes a terrible squeaking noise. But other than that, it feels very solid. Oh, that's horrible to listen to.
The next task was to make the pedal shifters behind the steering wheel. At first, I thought this would be a really quick and easy build. However, my brain started completely overthinking the mechanism. So I took a quick break and then finally came up with this simple but effective mechanism to connect the pedal shifters with the pieces that make contact with the controller.
Okay, this took me a lot longer than I expected, but the pedal shifters are now finally finished as well.
One feature I've always missed on my real simulator wheel is an indicator switch. Therefore, I did my best to build one in this LEGO setup.
This actually ended up being a really simple build, but we'll see if it works as intended when we get to the testing.
I then ordered myself to tidy things up a bit, so I built a big box around the controller to hide all the messy mechanisms.
That's everything completed here, but I still have one more thing to build for the entire setup to be finished.
That final task was to build a manual gear shifter. I began by building the shifter knob itself, followed by a solid frame around the keyboard. I ended up building a pretty similar mechanism to the other shifter I built a while back, because that worked pretty well.
Now we just need to attach this to this and make sure it can press some of the keys.
This time I'm using a different keyboard, where I'm able to set custom actuation points, which means that the key doesn't have to be pressed in all the way to be registered. Finally, to finish things off here as well, I again built a simple box around the mechanism. And that's all of the building finished, or so I thought. But first, it was now finally time to put everything together and start the first test drive.
I just realized that I've quite literally made it impossible to turn the controller on, as, well, the on switch is somewhere in there.